Hello, hello. Oh shit. Don't mind me, I was distracted by something else over here that I should be fine with. Apologies for that as well. It looks like I'm barely holding up over here. Should be fine though. Let's switch on over, right? Hey, hold on a second. Right. One sec. Oh, give me a second. I just realized something that you guys are gonna laugh at, but we don't got no Val. We got no Val. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh, sorry about that. Give me just a moment. Like again, we'll have it. Like again, there is one little key, just a little key item that I was missing. Just something small. Okay. Oh shit, I messed up. Okay, there we go. Now we can switch over. Or not. Hold on, give me a second. What is going on here? Interesting. Why isn't it capturing? Give me 1 second. So it looks like we're operational, but what the heck is going on? Okay, so it's not that. It's not that either. Give me a second, folks. We seem to be running into problems. Yeah, this is weird. 1 second. Okay, it's weird. It's capturing my face here for whatever reason. Hold on. Okay, that's weird. Hold on. Let me close it and we'll start it up again. Because again, I could just jump over here. But you guys are not going to see anything. Hold on, give me a second. It appears we're running into problems when previously, prior to this, we weren't having any problems. Ah, such is the way life is sometimes. Okay, let's see. I mean, there's stuff going on in the background. We can switch over there. In the meantime, right? And also in the meantime, can hear my voice, so shouldn't be an entire issue. Hold on, let me adjust things on this side over here. Actually, no, it's pretty good, I'd say. Okay, we're 100% now. Hold on. You can see me now. Yes. Well, in that case, introductions are in order, of course. Hello, hello. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. And I think another thing I want to again start getting being used to using right now is again practicing my French on and off. Salut, bienvenue. J'espère que vous passez une bonne journée aujourd'hui et bon matin et bonne soirée et Bonne nuit. I know I have a lot of like work to still work on here. Oh, sorry about that. Apologies. Like I said, let's go ahead and switch on over as well. And by that, I'm referring to as what is stated in this title. I'm like, what the heck? Oh, why is it weirdly showing it like that? Hold on, I want to check something else. Okay, that should be good. Caleb Kenobi. Bonjour, comment ça va? What would be the best way to describe this, Caleb Kenobi? Well, welcome, welcome. Glad to see you again. I know, right? I haven't been having my friend streams in what seems to be like forever, but I plan to have those return back, along with all my other streams in general. Like, I think recently I kind of started streaming again. But to answer your question, though, sorry, not trying to get distracted here. Pardon. Excusez-moi. I would say, je dirais que well, how would I say like I know like je ne peux pas dormir. Damn, I already no, I know how to say yesterday le il. I'm probably not butchering the pronunciation right now, but I think this is what I meant to write. I think I wrote like again. I probably mispronounced it, but that's what I meant to say yesterday. Well, technically, no. It's not considered yesterday. Hold on. Not me looking it up quickly right now. But because again, I want to get it right too, and I think I meant to say la. Oh yeah, la nuit del mien. That's what I meant to say. Je ne dormis pas bien. No. Je n'ai pas dormi bien la, la nuit dernière. Yes, that's what I meant to say. I think I said it correctly. If not, again, work in progress. It's why we need a review once more. I mean, I've been doing things still, off stream. It's just not as heavily consistent. Like we're getting where I would have a stream and like dedicate a huge 3 hours, which, again, things haven't been like without saying too much. Things haven't been the greatest, but hey, we're still here. We're alive. We're striving. We're making effort one way or the other. And in one of those ways, like again, we're here streaming Azur Lane. There's no real goal incentive like with Azur Lane right now. It's just kind of passing the time, and it also allows me to have conversation while something is going on. Because again, I'll say this too. Like again, a good amount of times, like I'm just you could say like playing Azur Lane, but not much is going on there, as you could tell. Like again, it's doing its thing, and I could also do my thing over here and talk, which is also perfect. And I mean, it's not that I wouldn't do it often. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's not that I wouldn't do it often. I would. But it also there are moments where like I find myself like, do I really have much to talk about as well? And like that weighs heavily on me. Like what's the word I'm looking for? I well, I mean, it's not that I fear the silence like 100%. Part of it is there, yes, but also like not thinking that I have any interesting to say apart from like how like again how long have I been gone? And like I said, I don't want to go into too much detail, of course, but I will say yeah, things have been like I can sum it up as things have been tough, and it's still we're a long way from being 100% back, but making the effort to like again, because part of it, like I will admit this, like again, it did take a heavy toll on coming here and just kind of being like, what would be the word? It's not to say that I like again. I know like again, people are understanding. I know that people like again will know like again. I'm not feeling 100%. Well, am I upbeat all the time? I wonder. I'm curious about that. Maybe it's hard to say. Like sometimes I can seem that way, and other times like it's just in the moment of what's motivating me, or like what I'm partaking in. Such as I guess an example like let's take Fate for example, right? Whenever I'm doing my Fate streams, I'm very the way I feel about it anyways, I'm very passionate about the way I portray the characters' voices, the events that are going on there, and just kind of the character I take it upon myself. And again, if something's not if something's clashing with my mood, then I feel like that'll bring it down and I won't give my best performance. And I'm hard on myself like that. Because again, and like again, I'd like to be able to put the best performance that I am able feel like that I feel I'm able that I feel I am able to do, and yeah, that kind of clashes with it as well, and it really gets underneath my skin. But again, like I said, I'll try not to. No, well, I mean, like that's and again another part of the reason why like I haven't been streaming as much, and that's not, and it kind of goes in almost into the same thing, but like again, speaking streams or where like again my focus is like like take for example if I were to be streaming like Duolingo, and I would have to be what is it practicing and speaking. I would probably beat myself over, especially live, because again I would probably feel very discouraged, and I don't want to take it out on the learning either. That's not to say, like I said, I wasn't learning offline, but I think I felt more comfortable because again I was just had myself and no one else to like quote unquote hear me, and I guess you could say by extension, I know it's not like again no one's gonna be horribly judgy either. It's the part of the whole learning process. How are we gonna learn if we don't put it into practice? With that being said, then like I said, we're back, more so or less. And right now we're just running auto battles. I think after this, like we'll start one going into Operation Siren. But again, like I said, mostly Azur Lane again for anyone that has played it is just purely auto battle. The only times you really have to engage in like as you could say manual control is where you're taking down enemies that are we don't have okay, no, there is one right there. So the little symbols are here there that indicate the battleship guns. Again, you can lock on with those and then you do more damage that way versus the auto battle because again I think it's based on the weapon. I think like it'll have a description on there where like again if you lock on manually you'll do more damage, which again more faster battles boss battles specifically too. But for right now we're just clearing auto mode for clearing our oil so it doesn't get too overpacked, which again I think we're far from that. We're starting the new week this week. I already took care of it mostly. We bought out the store's oil and what is it again? No, we bought the snack store. We got our stock of oil. I think it was like 4,000. So we're good on that. And right now we're again just trying to like clear everything and just be on top of things. I think this might be their last battle. No, I know. I think we just started. So let's see. Let me give it a look. Let's see. I think it's entering. Okay, it's entering its boss battle here on this side. I can't tell the number over here, so I don't know where we're at right now. I'll find out soon enough once this. Oh, they're about to end their battle. Nice. Okay, they ended their boss battle over there. The max cycle boss battles we can go through is 3 at a time. I'm not sure why they have it 3 at a time. Never understood that. We should be able to have it more, I'd say. Oh, nice. They finished up. Okay, so that's good. Okay. So usually once the week starts with Azur Lane, kind of prior, again, I already messed up, but this is before off stream. So before off stream, usually I go over here where it's the guild and just kind of set it up so we can defeat the 300 enemies, which is pretty much done easily cycling through these 3 battles. And we just start up collecting the rewards and that's it. And we're starting up with a new week. Collecting for the exchanges, so we have the pointers later so we can I think for this one we're gonna need it for operations soon. No, before that though, it's this one that'll expire in 4 days. I think it requires 3k. So there's that as well. Oh, we got commissions set up on that side. Okay, well let's take care of this first. I don't want to forget it. Yeah, only one account is running their volume because otherwise we'd have chaos here between the both of them. So let's get things squared in their way. And you know what? We'll collect that right now. I think the max is 10, but might as well knock it out of the way right now. It's interesting how one of them is highlighted versus the other. I'm referring to the, well, on my screen right over here, it's this one over here is highlighted by a yellow box. Not sure why the other one isn't. Okay. We finished up with the commissions. Oh wait, I need to look at the time. Oh no. Not yet, not yet. Okay. The other ones are no good. I think we should be good as far as the dorm and the oil is concerned. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. We can do this right now. Missions. Yeah, why not? We'll do the daily challenge right now. Oh, wait, hold it. Oh, right. There's before that. So again, I'm filling up. Even before that too. We're so distracted all over the place. Okay, so we just finished the battle, right? I think we already went through a little bit inside of it. Yeah, I know. I don't like again. I have this weird thing where like I don't want to delete them just yet. Don't ask me why. I'm not gonna explain it. I mean, I could. I don't mind. But the long and short of it is like again. Sometimes I want some of the extra elite girls. Don't know. Oh right, it's already set to it. So we want to go top bottom. Okay, let's see. Because our XP packs are almost at the max too. So we don't want to be overflowing with that. Who should I raise? Usually I like to keep it even across the teams on both accounts and pick the same units there. Oh, I see someone. Yeah, we're picking you, we're picking you. Yeah, we're almost full in our data packs. Let's see. Oh, I see. Oh. I'm looking at their totals. 2918. We can do a little more. That should be enough. For the time being, anyways. I know we'll have to come back to that sooner or later. Well, this will have to do for now. Clearing out oil. Oh yeah, and this as well, like I said. But we're gradually filling it up. Oh, and the bullens. We never short on bullens. Okay, seriously, though, back to this though. I'm glad for auto battles because, again, it's not a hassle to enter the actual battle, but it does save us up on time. Time that we could spend elsewhere, especially Operation Siren. I live for the day once we can skip certain parts in Operation Siren, but that'll probably never come. Plus, it's the. Well, actually, no. It isn't the only one that, I mean, that requires skipping after being beaten once, I want to say. Okay, I'll take that. Let's take care of this right now. Yeah, we're sitting on a bunch of queues, folks, so we already saw that a moment ago. Thankfully, we're up to speed, and we're not falling behind as far as our ship girls are concerned. I think the only one we're missing is still Houston, but again, we're in no rush to get to that map. And we could no. We'll let her run an auto battle here for Operation Siren a little bit, so it allows me to focus talking a little more. I want to add a little more of, like again, talking about the past streams that I've had recently, and then because I plan to stream more. Well, here's the thing, like you know what? Let me throw myself into a battle. We'll do. Well, let's hold on. Let's get something here. Oh, what really? Huh. Okay, that's fine. You know what? I'll pick this random over here for both of them. We'll talk a little bit. Okay, so talking time for a little bit, right? Before we had to resume manual mode. But in regards, like I said, so the recent past streams that I had, I'm not sure if anyone's seen them or come across them or even just seen the titles, but well, again, it's not even gonna last long because again, I'd say it's probably gonna last approximately maybe 3 more separate streams. I started streaming in this old game, a PC game, mind you, from way back then called Jumpstart. It was one of those games that was released. Like again, at the time of its release, I think its main goal was to kind of like, I don't even like again if the correct wording would be to test those of those particular grade level, because again the current one that I'm playing is third grade based, but I have fond memories of it. And challenging myself right there as well. Are you the whole? I guess you could say we want to run with the concept. Are you smarter than a third grader? But again, I have fond memories of that one. And there's another one I plan to stream also afterward. Well, maybe not directly afterwards, but we'll see as well. But yeah, there's Jumpstart. And again, the whole concepts again. If anyone has seen the streams as well, like again, oh boy. Finding constellations and being familiar with the constellations, I swear. That was a thing back in third grade, I don't remember, but that was quite a hassle. Constellations, I swear. But again, it's things we see in the night sky, and that have been a part of us, I guess you could say, throughout history. Among other things, of course. And I guess I should be more or less content. Because technically, again, if I want to do something, like, again, I'm kind of teased about this on and off when I talk about this too. Like, again, in regards to my character lore. Because, again, the character from Beyond the Stars. I've mentioned that before, right? In passing, maybe, maybe not. But again, there's more I want to do with my B2 model as well. Because, again, I'm also, again, not just for the character in place, but also for the character portrayal and of the acting, of course. But that being said, though, like again, this and that, are, far and few in between. We'll get there in due time. Like again, like I said, things are a little. What's the word I'm looking for? Not in the best situation, like I mentioned before. But hey, like I said, I'm patient, taking my time. I'll get there one way or another. That's like a priority. Like, well, no, correction, sorry. That's like a priority. Like I guess you could say not priority and that needs to be done, but a priority in my mind that I still want to get down somewhere down the line and not abandon it by any means necessary. Like I said, taking my time, of course. Now, what else? Right, we mentioned Jumpstart. I guess I could talk a little bit more about it. Like, again, I love the aspect of the quizzes. Like, again, because I get to, what's the word I'm looking for? Go down memory lane where, like, again, I get to test my knowledge of things. And again, like, I wasn't, like, again, taken aback by not, knowing things 100%, because I'm pretty sure there's some things on there that people wouldn't have known otherwise as well. One of these days, right? But aside from that, again, and there was stuff like, thinking back to, like, again, even too with the mathematics, like, oh, I'm ashamed. There was, like, a multiplicative question on there that I didn't know because I forgot it. What was it, like, again? I think it was a factor of 12, I want to say. No. Was it 12? 5 times 12 is 60. So 5 times 6 is 72. 5 times 7. I mean, sorry. What the heck am I saying? Me blabbing in the wrong direction. I meant to say 5 times 12 is 60. 5 times 6 is 72. Oh, no. 6 times 12. My apologies. See, my brain's not all 100% here. It's no wonder I failed that math little portion. 60 from the 5, and then 72 from the 6. Add another 12 to that, and that's what? 84. I forgot that 7 times 12 was 84. Oh, the horror, the humanity there. It's one of those odd, I guess you could say, things that, like, again, like, you kind of know, but because it's not always constantly, you're crossing paths with it, you'll momentarily have, a moment where you'll forget it. Even if you know what numbers you're working with there. Because, again, like, I should have known, like, we had the numbers we were working on there was 1 through 12. So I should have, known my multiplication right there. Like, from 1 to 12 right there. It's like, I remember fondly from back then, like, again, like, just traces of memories from back then when I was, in grade school. And those were always hard grilled into us. I know, even beyond that, too, I think we were even practicing, the 13 by 13 times table. And it even went up to the 14, but again, 14 is lost upon me. Singles with the 13, but 1 through 12, like, I thought it stuck with me, but I guess not. It's like, again, it goes to show you that, again, you need practice. Or at the very least, I'll admit to needing practice. Hey, I'm not gonna be so full of myself and think like, yeah, I got this all the time. No. Clearly, but like, again, by the marks of it, like, I did not have it all the time. Okay, let's see. Oh, looks like we got ads coming up in the next 3 minutes, folks. Brace for impact, just letting you know. Well, let's see. Let's start us off on another battle. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. We'll throw them into one of these. That's fine. That way we can talk a little more without being distracted. I'd rather it be doing something versus nothing. You know what? No, we'll just use it. It's fine. it's like literally the first one of the day. It's fine. I don't mind expending it. Hmm? I used to be sharp as attack with times tables, but not anymore. Right? It's one of those things where like, well, here's the thing. The thing about me, I'm hard on myself is because again, my thing was I'm always passionate about mathematics. So I would like to think that at least for myself, I'd like to hold myself to that standard where like I shouldn't forget them, but I did, and that was like a you could well, the way I would describe it would be like a gentle reminder where like you're not as badass as you thought. That's what I was telling myself. And again, it wasn't hard in a harsh way either, but it's like that gentle reminder where like, you know what? It wouldn't be a bad thing. I'm thinking stream-wise to go over the multiplication tables. Because you never know. Because again, there are folks that are still struggling. Because again, based on the, like, again, because not like again, I still think back to those days, back in school. Like again, there were people that loathed and hated math, and for the life of me, I never understood why, and I'm probably never ever will entirely in its entirety. But yeah, thinking back on it, it's like yeah, math can be hard. But going back to what was I gonna say too? Like talking a little bit more about Jumpstart before we jump into the next subject. So what else was on there? Right, thinking about stuff that pertain to animals as well. Like I forgot I think there was a creature called the sand dollar as well. And to my mind, I was like, really, there's a creature that's looks flat like a coin. It is called, I think. Well, again, I'm basing it off memory. Like again, this was a couple days ago, so I might have forgotten its actual name was the sand dollar. But yeah, the sand dollar. Such a creature like that exists. And then among other creatures as well, I think there was I think back what was there again? I mean, it's not that I forgot it. I think there was insects such as the weevil. What else was there too? I mean, the squid and the octopus were a given, but there's plenty of other creatures that I guess you could say that it was like a, a walk/jog down memory lane and revisiting them and thinking so many creatures that again, technically, again, you probably won't see in your everyday life. And even well, again, thinking back then too, because again, I think the internet was still kind of developing, so the only way you would see or hear about these creatures is via books, and or they talked about it in your science classes. And even then too, it's not like they would go deep depth about the creatures as well. So again, stuff like that too was amazing. Thinking back on it. But what else? What else? Oh, right. Before I forget, I think we're getting hit with that, so let me send that notification. That way no one gets caught off guard. Then again, it probably could have passed already. Probably not, though. I don't think it has. I don't think it has. Oh, I think it's starting the next 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, maybe not. Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah. Again, I'm not sure if anyone is like, because again, I've been told that some people sometimes get ads and sometimes people don't. I honestly don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'll probably pause here just for the sake of things and I won't continue. And I'll resume once the ads are over. Just in case. I never want anyone to be caught off guard. Then again, I'm thinking that means I'm technically sitting in a moments of silence either. We should be fine though. We're still waiting on the ad side of things, so no worry not, folks. I'll continue resuming with the conversation once we get through the ads. Oh, I mean, I could mention one thing as well. Well, no, I'll wait for the ads to be over and then I'll mention it. But it's almost over. Hang in there, folks. We're almost through there. Oh, I just realized. I just realized, you know what? Okay, damn. Okay, maybe I am a little tired. Maybe I am a little tired. I'm not gonna deny that. Let's see. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Glad to have you back. So, what was I gonna mention too? The brief thing I was gonna mention was yes. So, okay, I'll. No, we will definitely have a fake regular stream as well. In regards to the French learning stream, I think I should make the effort for that. Although, here's the thing I want to add as well. So, like I mentioned in the beginning of the stream, let's just say I did not really sleep. Well, yeah, I think that's probably the most correct assessment. We didn't really sleep like I intended to. So it's kind of a setback. I'm thinking, again, I might feel fatigued and tired later on in the day. It's hard to say. Like, again, my sleep schedule hasn't been the best. So there's a chance I might not, like, be, feeling all energized and pumped and ready to continue, streaming later. I'll try. But there's, like I said, there's a chance that, like I said, I'll be really tired. Like, if I think about it right now, like, it's weird because, like, I should be feeling tired, and I'm kind of feeling it. But the problem is... Oh, never mind. I missed out on something. It doesn't really matter, though. It's okay. Anyways, though. I'm back on track. So, yeah, we're kind of feeling the pain from just not being potentially 100% awake. So there's that we have to contend with as well. But I should be fine. Anyways, though, like I said, so I'll try to have a fake stream. Like I said, it'll probably like just be a... We're trying to continue as much of the story as we can, because technically I think there's no AP cost, so I can go for as long as I have the energy to do so as well. And the motivation and the passion. I know my tone sounded a little bit joking about it, but I'm very serious about that too. Like, I give it my all. At least I feel like I give it my all when I put it into the character's portrayal. And when I bring them to life with my tones and expressions. Well, that's on me, of course. Jumping back, though, what was I talking about? Right, Jumpstart. It was, again, the sciences part. And, like, again, like, there's parts, like, again, if we talk about another portion, like, well, I'm not sure how you would grade the music portion of it, because, again, that's just basically your listening skills. There was one song that for the life of me, I could not set the record straight, and I kept on getting it wrong. But thinking back in though, like I said, like, there was plenty of songs around there that, like, took me down memory lane. Specific, like, again, because the game was made in the US, it's, like, stuff related to the US learning. At least, that's the way I interpret it. Well, technically, that and world history, I guess you could say, because technically it involved, inventors and or famous people, I believe, if I'm stand corrected. Because I think back there was a Jacques Cousteau, person who first invented diving for the first time, and that kind of pioneered for the other individuals to come later for diving. And then what else? Copernicus with the again discovering that the sun was the center of our universe. What else? There was a lot more too. I'm trying to think. It's not that I easily forget it. I mean, like, it's been a couple of days too since that very particular first stream. Which, I mean, you could argue that, again, I should remember the other historical individuals, such as Florence Nightingale. I think, the first nurse to kind of pioneer the whole thing for having clean treatment of the patients, not reusing anything, among other things, of course. But what else? I'm trying to think. There was... Dang, I already forgot their name, but that one person who invented, basketball as the winter sport? And I didn't realize, again, that it was created as a winter sport. Like, because I know we had baseball during the spring. In order to pass the time during the winter, they invented basketball. Well, then again, there was so much, walk down memory lane, revisiting type of situation. Like, again, that's pretty nice, because, again, I get to reflect on, you know, stuff that I learned back then, and I'm pretty sure I covered it in class as well. And then, what else to look again? How the Mayans were the first one to invent, what is it, chewing gum? Wait, Mayans? I'm trying to think. I'm not confusing with the Aztecs, right? No, it was definitely the Mayans. They invented the chewing gum. That's pretty nice. Which is, you know, funny I mentioned that because, again, it's been, like, ages since I had any chewing gum at all. Like, I wouldn't even have it just to even, you know, pass the time either. Very rarely. If it's offered to me, yeah, I'll take it and I'll be chewing on it, of course. But otherwise, I probably wouldn't, and that's what I'm thinking 100%. I got nothing wrong with that, of course. Let's see, we'll get that. This. Okay, that should be good. We'll run another one. Why the heck not? Let's talk a little more. Let's see. Well, I mean, am I technically done talking about Jumpstart? I guess you can make the case argument for it, but let's add a little more. Right, I can talk about the little robot maze, right? So, the robot maze portion of the game, like, again, you have to input, like, again, you're given a set of commands and you have to work with them. The thing is, though, like, again, it's on the hardest difficulty, it involves teleporters. So you're gonna have to play in your head, like, again, the speculation of what's the best route. And sometimes, like, again, you might get on the first try, or in the case of, I think it was the last game that I played, which was, what, 2, potentially 3 nights ago, where, like, I thought I made the correct assessment, but sadly I didn't, because, again, instead of, I thought it was supposed to walk backwards in a certain spot, it didn't, and as a result it ended in a failure. And I thought, accidentally replay the same, I think, sequence of commands only for it to fail again, because I thought the robot would have to start from where the enemy robots, because, again, there's enemy robots in there as well, where, like, again, they wouldn't run into your path because they were already along the path. And nope, boy was I wrong. It replayed the same thing and the same consequences. And it took me a moment right there to realize, oh, I just needed to change one set of commands. No, well, technically it was between 3. Instead of, I think, walking immediately down and then going towards the right, I had the little robot walk up and then walk towards the right, therefore avoiding the robot that would be coming from below. I wish I could illustrate it here. Maybe I should pull up a paint and just kind of show it. No, yeah, I could do that. I forgot I could do stuff like that. Hold on, let me do that. Let's see. Let's see, I could probably capture the screen right here. Let's see. We'll do... Heck yeah! There we go. Wait. I was gonna say, don't see that, guys. Oh, wait. Maybe it's not like a... Hold on, let's see. Oh, I see. That's why I said it like that. What the heck is this over here? I think I might grab him right there. There we go. Not that there isn't much to hide anyways. So let me draw that little maze, or at least attempt to draw it. Okay, so let's see. Ah, I thought it selected the rectangle. So let me try to draw it to the best of my memory. Oh, you guys can't see it. Hold on. Let's do... Yeah, okay, I can see. I'm checking the screen there. That's not the biggest, I'd say. Let's undo that. See if we can make it bigger, but it still fits on the screen. Okay, that should be enough, I want to say. I mean, the other thing I could do is just make it smaller, too. Nah, that should work. Okay, so we'll try to best make the path over here. So let's see. I think it was kind of like this. Hold on. Again, it's probably, like, again, I'm just using this as an example, but, like, again, work with me here. Work with me. So, yeah, this is, I'll make it work somehow. Hopefully I'm drawing enough. Probably not. Oh, it's already done? Okay, we need to throw you guys in another infinite battle, guys. You can't be done here. Not me enjoying my conversation over here. Explaining and showcasing. Don't worry, we'll get on it, and we'll start with something else. Like, I'm not the best drawer, that's why I'm using lines and squares and rectangles. Well, it's technically mostly rectangles. Don't worry though, we'll get on it. We'll show the presentation. Let's see. Drawing strings when? Right. As if. I wouldn't want to disrespect actual artists. I don't know. Well, I mean, art is art, I suppose. But again, okay. Legitimate art with attempts over here. Not me trying to draw a maze over here from memory. You know what? Let's pick these ones. You can get these squared and out of the way, and then we'll continue with the drawing there. Okay, that's good. Okay, just get in that battle. Just get in that battle. Okay, it's doing its auto battle, so we'll go back over here. Like, again, back to the drawing, guys. So, let's see. I think it's probably not the best drawing here, so work with me. It's not to scale, right? Obviously. So, here's the thing. Oh, man, I should have drawn, like... You know what? No, I know what to draw them for, so... We'll use circles. So, there's an enemy robot that spawns over here. I didn't make the whole paths correct. I think... Hold on, let me draw some more lines. I will undo that. I don't like that it wasn't perfectly... I mean, it doesn't need to be perfectly... You know. I think that's enough of the divider space. Maybe. Yeah, that should be fine. So, what happened here... Oh, damn it. It's fine. You kind of get the picture, though. So. Enemy robot that spawned there, and there was an enemy robot that spawned... We'll make those circles small. Right here. And then we spawn. We'll draw ourselves in a different color so it's not as distracting. Yeah. Ah, I just realized. Ah, what the heck happened? I thought it was set to black. What happened here? Why did it turn to a different color? There we go. No more distractions. Oh, it's already done. I take that back. I guess there are some minimal distractions. You know what? Let's throw ourselves into a big battle where we, you know, delay some more time. I'd say delay some more time. Run some more time. Okay, we'll get back to that little picture maze drawing in a second. Oh, damn. I didn't realize we already reached 200 capacity over here. Well, I'll be damned. You know what? That's actually perfect. We could use that. Random house. There we go. Okay, so back to the task at hand, right? So, okay, this is where our robot started. Basically, it had the command of going, I think, what is it? Yeah, I think I probably should have illustrated this better. Let's draw another line thing over here. And again, it probably won't be the best representation of what we're trying, though. Yeah. It's gonna be a little off, but again, I'll do my best to explain. I probably should have drawn in different colors to isolate the spaces better. Ah, that wasn't perfect. At least straight. To avoid confusion. Okay, there we go. More or less, I'd say. More or less. So, our little robot started over here. Okay. It's had to go X amount of spaces down, right? This robot, its path would take it straight over here. And down, and then coming back. It's basically making a whole full complete rotation. And this robot basically goes up and down over here. So, okay, just imagine this is a, yeah, I probably should have illustrated more. This is a walkable, yeah, I probably should have illustrated more. So this path right here is the walkable path. This path over here is, how should I describe it? It's not that it's not walkable, but it has like, so get this. On this side over here, you're supposed to take a log. I think, yeah, there's an empty space right here. So you take a log, and then over here, you're... Let's draw it a different color so it's not as distracted. Yeah, we'll draw it in yellow. Hopefully it's not too damaging. Oh my god, that yellow. It hurts. Actually, no, I'm liking this now. I'm liking this. Not me liking this. It's probably not set correctly, but again, we're trying though, right? Okay, so this is what's going on, right? Just imagine there's more over here, okay? For the sake of explanation. Let me draw a brown log too, for that matter. So there's a brown log that takes us... Damn it, the battle's over? Saying it so. So there's a log that takes us over here. We'll launch into some more battles over there with Azur Lane. So going back over here, right? Technically, there's another log over here. So for the sake of, you know, explanation, just pretend and work with me that there's another log over here with the more yellow bridges over here. Yeah, these are bridges, by the way. So basically, our robot has a set commands, right? We have a set of commands to work with, and again, we're supposed to use them all. You can't dump out any. You can't, you know, choose to ignore any. All of them are used. And again, you're supposed to guess. Oh yeah, by the way, I almost forgot. There's like a... Hold on, let me make... What the no? Why did you change? Damn it, no. Not me and my perfectionism over here. Okay, there. I thought it shouldn't affect the color. Okay, there we go. So now let's draw a circle right now. Okay. So down here is a teleporter. We'll label it red for the sake of, you know, clarity and explanation. So a robot ran through here. It had the log command. I assume like it's supposed to go through here. Because again, there's, for however much you want to walk down here, there's no definitive path that takes you over here. I think the lowest was exactly south 5, and then there was also a north 3. But there was like, the only way you can go south was taking the bridge. Which now that I think about it like, again, I think this is supposed to be connected further down. Yeah, I messed up with the drawing. But you know, just for the sake of this, imagine that this is all the way down here. Ow, I bumped the microphone. Sorry if you guys heard a loud sound there. Basically, a robot took path of south 5, crossed that log via command, west log, and then we had a south bridge, west 1, north bridge. I think it might have been... The bridges were next to each other. Yeah, now that I think about it, they weren't that far spaced apart. So like I said, this drawing is not to scale. Basically, west 1, north bridge, north bridge, and then west 1, south bridge, west 1, north bridge, so forth and so on, right? It got down to the point where, like, again, we reached the other side, another set of logs, and then we got off. And then the next set of command was, again, it was down to a few set of commands, which was either... Ah, damn it. Not the battle ending, but like me trying to explain over here. Okay. And eventually got to the point, like I said, you know what, for the sake of explanation, let's draw that log. Bismarck? Now me getting caught up in the moment with Bismarck there. I adore Bismarck. And like I was saying, it eventually got to the point where we got to the end, crossed that log, and we made it over here. We had that option, I think, what was it? Yeah, because like I was saying, this path was supposed to be, again, it's not to scale. Oh, there might have not been a log. No, actually, no, there was a log. Basically, we had the option to go, what is it? Exactly the south 3. I think after that last cross, I think the... Again, I can't remember the map 100%. But basically, we could go down. What is it? Let's choose that line. Basically, we could have gone immediately down and then go this way and take the teleporter. But the problem is, like I was saying, this little robot was enemy robot was making his way around, and he was already coming down this way. And I saw that, it was like, oh shit, we can't beat him in time. And he just kind of grabbed us, and you know, we lost. And I was thinking, wait, and then, but the thing is, like, again, when he grabbed us, he was over here, like, he grabbed us over here. Like, literally right here, he grabbed us. And then the thing is, like, again, the gang kind of just grabbed the robot and picked him up, right? The robot, this enemy robot was over here, and I thought, oh, I can restart the game, and the enemy robot's gonna be right there. And I hit restart, and then enemy robot's reset to over here. I'm like, F no! I thought I could have bypassed that. Nope. And I thought, how am I supposed to beat this level? And then I realized, wait, instead of going down, I could just go up, walk that whole entire path, and then go down, take the teleporter. And then I'm assuming it will take us there. Again, the goal was right over here on this side. Again, but I was thinking like, wait, would I be able to walk back through here safely? Because this enemy robot is going up and down over here, right next to the bridge, and could basically grab us too. And I thought, what do I gotta lose? Again, we were supposed to be able to complete this one way or another with a set of commands, and obviously this was going down and then walking this way was wrong. So let's go up, and then walk this way. Walk this way, because I can imagine there's a path right here. Walk past the robot, which again we managed to do. So, damn it, Azur Lane. Azur Lane's calling me all the time. Like, is this an Azur Lane stream or a drawing stream? No, worry not. It's an Azur Lane stream. Not me being helpful to the other folks, right? Okay, we'll run the battle right there. Like I said, we go up, and then we walk this way. And then we came down the South 3, and the teleporter took us right to the end. And boom, we cleared it. But like I said, stuff like that, again, in the moment, you're, analyzing it, and you think, wait, this should work, in theory. But the thing is, because, again, this was before I realized when clicking that this robot would make a full rotation going this way, and then coming down this way. Because, again, by the time I got over here, the robot was already, I think, somewhere over here. And I was going, again, I think I was going down this way. I'm and I saw that, oh fuck, and then as soon as I got to this point, robot was already here, enemy robot, and then just shook me. And then, like I said, I thought he was going to be starting from that direction and we can continue from there, but no. But no, that wasn't the case. But again, like I said, in the end we still managed to beat it. And again, I love stuff like that, solving puzzles like that. It takes you back. Let's see, I'm trying to think what else was there with Jumpstart 3rd grade. Okay, I guess you could say there was the whole mathematics portion with the measuring department, measuring with milliliters, molecules, and what was the other one? Cups, right? Doing your fractions as well, of course. Being familiarized and acquainted with that, so you wouldn't get it wrong as well. Okay, I think back to stuff like that. It's like, I got this. And there were, again, multiple times where I messed up, because, again, working under a speed pressure, I mean, technically, there is, and it isn't a speed pressure, it's just that I want to finish things, within the given frame, because, again, it could be done. But there are times where I get so, what's the word I'm looking for? So caught up in the moment that I mess up, and then boom, I have to, kind of do a mini reset. Thankfully, it doesn't remove all the materials that are correct, though. If it did, I mean, I could still do it, I just had to be more patient. Oh my god. No, don't worry, folks. I'm okay. I think it might be settling in. It's hard to say. I kind of feel the fatigue settling now. It's like, I can power through this. And if I do need to sleep, again, I'll nap it off again. Because technically, it's really hard for me right now. But we'll see, like I said. Oh! The ladies finished their battle. Excellent, ladies. Thank you. Nice. Oh, okay. There was no help on that side, but that's fine. We'll clear it ourselves. No worries. But yeah, there you have it. We'll do that. You know what? For my sake, I'll save it just because I want to. We'll call that, example map or Jumpstart 3rd grade. Oh, I just realized. Hold on, give me a second. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Switch my avatars like that. It's not like my other models are a secret, but there is the occasion for them. Well, technically, I guess you could say there hasn't been a proper introduction for them, I think. Yeah, no, I don't think there was. No. But it's okay, though. There's always this coming year. Worry not. But yeah, like I said, thinking back on it, like I said, Like I said, if anyone else can catch the streams, like again, it'd be nice. I wouldn't mind people seeing they're showcasing the little treasure of a game. Like I said, I intend to stream the other Jumpstart games, specifically the second grade one and the fourth grade one. Technically, there's two fourth grade ones, and I want to get my hands on both of them. Stream obviously the one I'm familiar with, although again, according to my brother, he said that that one is a little bit shorter. I want to say I do agree, though for me it probably felt longer, but again, it's hard to say. By the way, folks, we got ads coming in the next couple of minutes. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Okay, let's continue. Look again, throwback games. Look again, were there again. It had this nice charm to them as well. Something that like. And again, it's not. I'm not gonna say it's missing from current games either. No, nothing like that. Aww. Hold on, give me a second. Hold on, give me a second. One moment, folks. Continue the conversation a bit. I forget how good the music is. Sorry about that. I'm not trying to get distracted. Sorry about that. Back. Alright. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Main focus over here with the conversation in Azur Lane. But yeah, again, going back a little bit more with Jumpstart. There was also the little, what is it called? The biosphere, right? Where you navigate this little type of drone inside of a biosphere to reach the appropriate biome based on the clues that you answer the questions to as well. And again, same thing with the questions. Like again, if I'm not familiar with creature species and the like, then I can't, obviously, answer the question correctly. And there was a lot of those questions I didn't get correctly either. Didn't get back on it. By the way, just to focus, like again, on Azur Lane there for a moment, this isn't the best optimized team, that's for sure. There's definitely better teams. My team is just the team that I used from the last previous Operation Siren target. Let's see. Alright, we're finished over here, so no, we can't collect anything, but I think we got all our, yes, we got all. From here on out, it's just collecting items, essentials, upgradables. Alright, hold on. Wait, what? How does that thing work? According to this, okay, so yeah, we have the thing. Yeah, I forget how the things works. Just letting you know right there. I think I'll take a pause on the talking, because again, like, some people say they get hit with it, and some people say they don't get hit with it. Honestly, like, I'm not saying, people are lying. You never know. Not saying that they are lying, but I'm saying that some people legit don't get hit with them. So again, just, hang in there, guys. We'll continue the resuming of the conversation in a bit. Okay. It's nice. 1, 2, okay, there's still 3 more of this. I think we should enter the auto battles again. Oh, nice. They just finished up. Same situation, so we don't need to stick around there. You know what? I'll enter us into a large auto battle because, again, I feel like that's more appropriate right now. I think we should be clear, I want to say. You know what? Let's complete the hard mode stages for the time being. auto battle the first hard stage I see there. There we go. We should be coming back from the ads in a couple of seconds, folks. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And welcome back, everyone. Sorry about that. Whew. I had I guess you could say a little, well, it's hard to describe it. A semi-painful headache. No, I should be fine. If it gets bad, don't worry. Like I said, we'll end the stream. Oh, we'll see how the day goes. Back on topic though. What were we talking about? Don't start, right? So, let's see. The biosphere. The questions. And then again, matching the answers of the questions to the correct biomes. I think there was a total of what? 5 biomes? I think? Maybe 6, 5. Possibly 5. There was again, a desert, a rainforest, a savanna. I think the other one was again a mountain area. I think that was the appropriate name for it. I had to look back on it. And then finally, the ocean. And again, based on the questions that you answered right there, you get corresponding answers and with the species. And again, you kind of had to mix and match and work with what you got in terms of the species. Like again, like obviously, if the creatures were majority sea creatures, like 3 out of the 5, then like, well, your best bet is to go to the ocean to find, find the item, the clue at hand that wasn't that you had to search for in the like again based on what you were told to search for. And again, if it wasn't that, again, take a 50-50. You're giving 2 chances, so just make your choices with the best information you got to work with. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot we're going to 3 battles. So 2 more battles still there. I don't even have to touch anything. I'm just trying to think what else. I think as far as jumpstart, I think we mostly talked about everything. I guess you could say there was the puzzles dealing with the art gallery, and that you had to match the corresponding words in the pertaining in the arts. I think there was there were like similes and or like stuff that was pretty much straightforward. Like I think it would mention one part would say river, and then it's the bottom word you had to connect it corresponding to another piece, and would say Nile, because again the Nile is a river. So forth and stuff like that. And I like stuff like that. And then oftentimes I would find myself with I don't know what this word is. It's definitely a word that's here, but I don't know what it is. So basically you have to work with the context clue with everything else that you more or less would know. I don't like that. Because again, it goes to show that again there are still a bunch of words that again, to this day I don't know. I'm not going to claim I know a huge substantial of words. Maybe if I did read more, I probably would. Ow! Ow, ow, I hurt my foot. Ow, ow, ow. But even so, I feel like even despite that though, I don't think no amount of reading is going to prepare you for all the words, at least that were there. I feel maybe, and again, this is just a long shot, right? Some of them, that I could recall off the top of my memory were, I think, Native American based, and even then, I said some, not all, because I think a few others were something else as well. I'm just putting myself on the spot too as well. For someone that like I said, quote unquote self-proclaimed Mexican over here, right? I know next to nothing about my indigenous culture either, and I feel bad about that too. And stuff like that, that it has me thinking one of these days I want to have what you would call a stream I feel like I'm not even the indicated one to be teach either for that matter, because I'd be learning side by side with anyone that would be interested, or even if no one was interested, I'd still be streaming it regardless, because it's one of those things that sit with me in the back of my head where I should learn my family's indigenous language in one way or shape or another, because again I don't want it to be what's the dead. Even if there are family members that still live over in Mexico that speak it, it'd be nice if it were more outside, because again people would take an interest in it, and then beyond just speaking the language, also learning the roots of the culture as well. Yeah, I know, right? Me. And again, as a streamer, it allows for more what is it reach too as well. But that I feel like again, it'd be more genuine if it came from someone that actually was passionate about it too, and not just learning for the sake of learning either. Which I mean, I mean, it's not entirely me just trying to learn for the sake of learning it too, because I like the way it sounds too. Yeah, there are some words that I'm familiar with, like one that comes to mind: cats. Don't ask why I thought of cats first. They just came first. We called them in this language they call them, which is called, let me type it out over here. It's, well, again, as far as I've been told, this is what it was called, mixteco, and like I said, we call cats chito. It's written, but I want to say it's written, it's kind of. I think this is how it's written. I had to look back and check. Chito, Chito. And again, I think back to moments where they would describe the cats. And one of them was like, I think, let me write down right there. Chitolo. I probably didn't spell entirely the second portion of it correctly, but I'm spelling based on how I hear it. It might even have an H after that O. I'd have to double check it again. But Chito Lo, pretty much describing tiny little cat, or tiny cat. And I would think to myself, oh, that's cute. You can call a small cat Chito Lo. Or again, if you're just identifying the cat, Chito. Was that the last battle? I think so. Okay. And I'm thinking, was I thinking that the Azur Lane stream was gonna be this short? I mean, because the thing is still like, well, actually no, there's technically more we could talk about as well, now that I think about it. Okay, enough of the music. Yeah, I'm making room for the girls. We're gonna do the large auto battle, that's why. Just to burn some oil, because we don't want to be stuffed with oil either. It should be fine. You really like learning, eh? It's... well, I wouldn't say I hate it. The thing is, too, like, again, because, again, I don't even know if I'd say that's... well, I wouldn't... no, again, like I said, I wouldn't say no. Because I think back to, what is it again? Again, since I mentioned school from back then, right? Among just, like, again, having a passion for mathematics, there's also my passion for the sciences as well. Learning how, again, chemical reactions and biology and all that work. Thinking back to, like, again, simple things like, what is it again? When it comes to, what is it? Biology, like, again, knowing and realizing, again, we only had a small little grasp of what was, considered biology that was being taught at the time. And even then, and that was also, like I said, fascinating. But anyway, again, thinking back to chemistry and how those chemical reactions work. And then even thinking, again, from then on into current times now, like, again, because then again, I'll insert this anime here because I'm very passionate about it, right? One anime that has me, like, again, reminded me about the science department. Technically, I guess you could say we talk about biology. I guess you could mention that anime called, what was it called? Let me write it over here. If you want to say, not 100% biology, but at least dealing with the human body. Cells at Work. That was a lovely anime. I love the way they portray the cells there. But again, if we're talking to the science department, definitely Dr. Stone. Obviously, again, like when they mention portions about how you build gunpowder and stuff, that was, they actually gave the wrong recipe for obvious reasons. But for everything else, were more or less, again, tested by actual people that delve in sciences and the like, posted YouTube videos on them, and show that, yeah, you can do it with some level of capacity there, recreate the stuff on there. And I'm thinking, what is it again? From sand you can make glass. Thinking back again, for those of you that play Minecraft, yep, there's a reason why it's set up that way. What else though? I'm thinking. I think was it again like again if you're farming, I think what is it, grind seashells, because I think was it because of the calcium there that it'll help your well again, I'm not sure if it's 100% for everything that you create, you know, farmland wise that'll receive the benefits, but definitely again the seashells help. At least again, what I can recall because of the calcium. But again, there was other stuff there as well, like again. Just having a moment and you know, admiring like, again, science. In a way, like, and not me thinking about someone else here who's like again a certain person that's passionate about um, the ocean life as well. Because I think about again, maybe not to that extent that they love the ocean life, but again, like I also have you know an admiration and respect for it as well, and also knowing that again, the ocean is dangerous for us humans because we can't breathe. Like no, naturally of course, obviously with equipment, but even then, with equipment it's still risky because again, one wrong move, like again, some like you know some sea creature decides to bump into your oxygen tanks and then damages your oxygen tanks, and if you don't realize it, you're losing air quickly. And obviously, the one thing you're always told is don't panic, because again, you don't want to use up all your oxygen. Among other things that occur in the ocean too, as well, such as what is it, nitrogen poisoning too, among other things. Yeah, don't think for any moment, no matter how advanced we become, like again, we have become thus far, we're still very vulnerable, susceptible to any accidents at any given moment. Which is why I'm a very cautious person. And even then, I'd say even with my caution, I could still, you know, kick the bucket. All of us could. But that, again, that aside from one, again, I'm still very passionate about, you know, science as a whole, regardless. Like I said, I like that again, like I said, talking about the game again, Jumpstart Third Grade, that again, I got to pay a visit to stuff like that as well. Okay, so in a way, yeah, I guess technically you're right, Caleb. Like, I have a passion for learning. And I will learn French one way or another. Gradually, like I told myself the other day too, like I need to start substituting words that I'm know 100%, even if it'll sound weird in conversation right here. Like if I say right now, even then I was gonna say it wrong probably. I was gonna say, hold on. Je me sens fatigue. I'm probably saying that wrong. But I feel tired. And that's technically a truth because I didn't sleep well. Je ne suis... what would I be saying here? I think it's like... Je n'ai pas assez dormi? I think I'm saying that correctly. I probably didn't. But yeah, I did not... Well, okay. It's more correct to say that it's more correct to say that I didn't sleep at all. Well, okay, no, okay. By my regular standards of like again, I was like again for my time zone over here, it was technically nighttime, but I did not feel tired at all. But again, there's reasons for that, obviously. But like right now, it feels weird because again, like my body's like you were supposed to sleep last night, but you didn't because you were tired. But I know you're supposed to be tired, and I feel a little bit tired right now, but I'm not sure if like it'll be enough to sleep. Maybe I'll try to go to sleep. Yeah, I probably will try. After we conclude the numerous battles over here. Because again, I don't mind making sure I'm 100% tired, so that I can actually, you know, fall asleep. Actually, yeah, we'll go with that. Because again, there's still plenty to converse as well. Plus, again, like I said I would try. I didn't say that we would have 100% all the streams that I listed either. It'd be nice though, but again, my body betrays me once more yet again. But yeah, it certainly sounds like, you know what, I'll agree with you there, Caleb. It certainly sounds like it, and I'll stand by that. Ranger. Not me getting distracted over here. Good distraction, I'll say. Hold on. We'll continue with the conversation in a moment. I just want to be on top of things. That's what I'm worried about. So yeah, we'll leave it as that. Okay, back to the topic at hand. I guess technically we concluded everything that pertained to Jumpstart. Yeah, there was the astronomy portion of it. I mean, I kind of lightly touched on it, but it's not like I'm very passionate about astronomy. Again, I mean, when I say astronomy, I'm referring to the constellations specifically, not dissing out on anything that's referring to the probes. I mean, the space. I mean, yeah, the probes that are sent out there into space, satellites, and all that. Yeah, send back those images. Study of the other planets out there with the potential for life. Potentially, of course, not 100%. And then, of course, again, even though we can't 100% see them, again, there's something out there in space in regards to what? The discovery of black holes. And then it has me thinking again, with the whole aspect of theoretical science. Well, again, when you go faster than the speed of light, the possibility of, again, time traveling. And again, like I said, theoretical science, of course, because it's all theoretical. But then again, who knows? For all we know, humans in the future will probably, conquer the ability to go faster than the speed of light and are traveling back in time and revisiting momentous portions in history, but not meddling, because you're not supposed to. Otherwise, risk again. Depending on which theories you're playing with, it's either what the grandfather effect, I think what it was called. And then thinking about it as well, if it's not again the grandfather effect, and then you're able to create multiple timelines. Then again, the multiverse. So then there's no consequence to changing the timeline. But then it kind of ruins the purpose of time travel if you're trying to make greater changes as well. I like outer space, but I can't say I know a lot about it. Yeah, same thing as well. I also, again, it's not to say that I lost interest in outer space, but I remember there was a time when I was, younger in school, and I would always go to our public library and check out all the books they had available in space. In particular, obviously, the planets, in particular, again, the ones that I listed already, such as the black holes, and so forth and so on. And of course, in anything related to space, we also come back to the topic of the extraterrestrials, of course. And the stories as well. Which again, like I said, if they're true, then again, unless, like again, my thing is, like, if it hasn't happened to me yet, then I can't speak with it with a certainty. That's not to say that people are lying. But again, you couldn't say, right? And I'd rather not happen to me, because again, it's one of those instances where, like, again, if they describe the scenarios as, horrific as they do, or at least uncomfortable, or to the extremes, or at least the one that survived, because again, when you hear stories where supposedly people are getting abducted and being eaten, among other things, of course. But again, topic for other areas that I'm no expert in there to be talking about. Me just, speaking semantics over here of what ifs. But again, that's neither here nor there. This isn't, like, again, this isn't the space, Twitch streaming platform we're here. We're just some, silly little VTuber vampire dragon over here. Playing, playing games. Means passionate about this stuff. I mean, in a sense, I guess you could say we're like an open theme type of VTuber streamer type of thing. And again, as long as the subjects don't go too out of hands, because again, and unless of course I'm an expert in it. And when I say expert, I mean I'm not only tested and experienced it, but lived through it as well. And that's what I would consider myself an expert on the subject, if I'd lived through and or experienced it. Otherwise, it's just, thought experiment over here. But again, it's not bad to have the thoughts and the theories. It's once we test them out and, finally prove them, that we can say, like, hey, we went through this, did this, and we can talk about this. And even then, just because it succeeds one time does not mean it's 100% either. And that's the beauty of science. Testing it multiple times in order to ensure it works 100% of the time. Okay. Whew. Whew, I will admit this right now. My eyes are starting to feel a little bit baggy and tired. So, I'm thinking maybe once we... I'm checking. Wait, is this still the first battle? Because if it is, then we'll see. Hold on, give me a second. Ooh. Oh wait, there's still. Okay, there's one more after this. It's fine. Okay, we can make it talking to one more. It's okay. It's okay. Thinking back though, so we already mentioned Jumpstart. I think we're more or less done with Jumpstart because, like I said, I hated the constellation portion. Like again, I admire the stories and the history behind them. This again, how they guided certain people, especially when it came to the North Star as well, among other things. To not forget Orion and his belt. And then again, the zodiac signs for the people that are very much enthralled with, again, the signs, based on what they're. Again, as far as the whole compatibility goes, I could say, well, who knows? Again, all I'll say is, like, again, I don't think I've mentioned it before, and I'll just throw it out there just for the sake of sharing, right? But I'm a Scorpio. I don't think I exhibit much of the Scorpio, description. On the contrary, I'm a very opposite Scorpio. I'm not all what you would call confident and cocky, I guess. And one of the words, like I don't carry that aura with me that I'm so suave and among other things that usually describes a Scorpio. Then again, who knows if the description for Scorpio has changed? I haven't checked it in a long time. That's what I recall, but the last time I recall going through it. But again, don't bash people who want to read into stuff like that. It's let them read their thing, but I'm hoping they don't take it as full truth to their whole life, and they still make individual decisions for themselves. You don't? Yeah, I think you could probably do a quick search, and it has it based on the range of the months. But I know, well, actually no, I'm not gonna list my actual birthday. I mean, I don't mind. It's just that, again, I've had streams where, again, technically my birthday has passed, and I felt tempted to say something, but I'm like, nah. You know what? We're not here for that. We're here for the stream. But I guess, let me just say this. I guess if enough people wanted to genuinely wish me a happy birthday via words, or time in on, on stream, and then say, oh, you know what? Even one person, I guess. You know what? It doesn't have to be a group of people. I don't mind mentioning it when the time comes around to it. But we'll see, though. We'll see. For the longest time, I've kind of been it's not that I've been anti-sharing against it, but more I don't really care for it. So it's it draws away attention from the stream that I want to have. Yeah, I mean, I'm here. I'm still partaking in whatever it is that I'm doing, but I'd rather not, draw away attention from what I'm doing. Birthdays will come and go. And technically, I guess, again, I understand there are people that are more passionate about it. Again, kudos to them. But for me, it's it's just a date. We can celebrate it on any other given day. Close to the given date. It doesn't have to be on the specified date either. I will share this too, I don't mind. I am not very fond of cakes in general, so again, I think it's been a long running thing with me, but for me specifically, I don't do regular cakes. The whole the bread, the texture of it doesn't sit well with me at all. Even worse, I don't like chocolate cake. I detest it. Again, no hate towards anyone that adores and lives for chocolate cake. Because again, I'm sure it's good for you all, but not for me. I can't stand it and stomach it, and it hurts. I'd rather have. I think no, may or may not have shared it, but again, just for new, for anyone, coming to new here, I prefer cheesecake. I love cheesecake. In place of a regular cake, I'll take a cheesecake. I'll slap candles on that thing, and I'll blow all the candles on top of the cheesecake. And then again, the cheesecakes already come with the little lines where you can cut them and just go shink, 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 and everyone gets a piece like that. No worries, no hassle. Again, just cut those cheesecakes evenly. And if someone doesn't want to eat too much, they're like, hey, can I have some of your cheesecake? Or hey, I want to give you some of my cheesecake. Yes, I can have your cheesecake. I'll happily take your piece of cheesecake or whatever, or a little piece of your cheesecake if you're only gonna eat a certain amount. Much appreciated. I love cheesecake and the little the crust, especially the crust, the cookie crust. It's a shame though. Well, again, actually no. The last time I had a Costco cheesecake, yeah, usually we get them from Costco. But the last time I had a Costco cheesecake, actually no, yeah, they were still okay with the crust. They again, there was a good while where they were scuffing out on the cookie crust, and making them super thin to the point where like, is this really a cheesecake without the cookie crust? Let's see. True. But it is nice when people remember your birthday and take the time to wish you the best. I don't care to share my birthday, but I do appreciate when people remember a random day as my birthday. Exactly. And I guess you could say for me as well, like again, especially when it comes to family members and the like, I am still very thoughtful in that regard. I don't expect them to remember mine. Although I guess it's one of those things, like again, because like again, it's not saying expect them to remember, but if they do happen to forget, not to say that it hasn't happened. I mean, it kind of does and it kind of doesn't hurt, if that makes any sense. Because again, like I didn't say anything either, so it's on me, like to a certain extent, family-wise. But like I said, we're fine. Doesn't need to be remembered. At most, like again, as long as I get my cheesecake, or not even then too, like I don't need to have the cheesecake on a given day. It could be on a different day of the week too. But yeah, I'll definitely enjoy cheesecake on that day. And it doesn't have to be the regular cheesecake either. It can be like, okay, so here's the thing. I'll slide this in right here before I forget, right? I don't mind ice cream cakes either. Like, again, there's just something about ice cream cakes that are so delicious. And I welcome them. But just ice cream cakes. No to the regular cakes. I cannot stomach the breading. Like, oh, Mr. Picky. Well, I mean, that's why I'll buy the ice cream cake for myself. And, like, again, I'm not expecting anyone else to buy it. If I want an ice cream cake, I'll buy myself an ice cream cake. And again, same goes with a cheesecake. I'll still appreciate a real cake, but don't expect me to eat, you know, beyond more one slice. Again, I'm not gonna force myself to eat that cake. It's only one of those things, like, you can't have your cake and... What is that expression? You can't have your cake and eat it at the same time? Well, don't worry. If I had the choice, I won't eat the cake. By the way, by the way, before I forget, we're getting hit with the ads. Hold on. Dang, that was awkward. I say that because it cut me off right there, just in a weird moment of time. Hold on, let's see. Don't worry, we still continue over here. It's just gotta make sure. We just gotta make sure. Let's see. Right, we still gonna get some more over here. Don't worry, we'll resume the conversation. We're talking about birthdays and cake. I won't forget. I hope. You know what? We'll get that right now. Yeah. Actually, Universal Bowling. Pudding. The little one. No. We don't need to go there yet. Oh my goodness, we're gonna be so stacked. I need to consume some of those little bullens. We're running out of room. I think we're gonna be... Well, I mean, it's in order to be able to perform 3 consecutive runs, that is. I thought we were more or less fine. But definitely we're stacked with bowling, so we need to reduce that number. Ooh, we almost made it to the next tier. And we'll get to the next time around we fight. Trying to think, what else? Storm... I think it should be fun a little bit. Well, you know what? Just in case, on the off chance that we do fall asleep, let's add it right here. What the what did we use? Okay. That's odd. I don't know how we got there, but we got there. Anyways, though, welcome back everyone from the ad side of things. Something weird just happened over here. It looks like it's showing that we only used one, but then why didn't the numbers stack up correctly? Doesn't matter, I guess. Yeah, doesn't matter, it's fine. We'll leave it like that. Right, we were talking about birthday cakes and the birthday, right? Well, here's the thing, right? I feel like we reached the end of the stream because we're kind of feeling it a little bit right now. It's a little, how would I describe it? It's like, oh my head, kind of almost status. I feel like I am tired enough where like I probably can't fall asleep now. That's actually a good sign. Like I'll actually catch up on the sleep that I missed up in these last couple of hours. Not intentionally, of course, because like I said, my sleep schedule has been so thrown out of what I would consider normal, at least from where I live. Again, again, we'll continue the conversation just a little bit more, right? With Azur Lane sitting here in the background. I guess it doesn't need to sit there. But you know what? Let me see. Who do we have over here? Switch over a different character. Ah. Is it the same one? Is it gonna... Is it the same one? Wait, do we have someone else over here? It's like, enjoy the beat. Oh! Hello there, Bremerton. Don't mind if I do. Come on, Commander, just let me do my thing. And what exactly is your thing? Oh my. Anyways, folks. Momentary of distraction aside. Good distraction, by the way. Bremerton's very cute. She's so adorable. I love her. Something about her... Again, if we go to her initial design, right? Hold on, let's pay her a visit. She's Equal Union. Should be up here. There she is. Not me double checking. Wait, did I marry her? Yes, I did. Oh, wait, I didn't? No, I did. Oh my god, I mean, like, I can't call myself, you know, a follower of Bremerton if I didn't marry her. But a moment aside, right? I think to date I have bought all her skins. I think I might be missing 2. No, I got them all. I got them all. Wait, what is... Wait, is this... 3, 2, 1, go. Did you get a pic of me tossing the bouquet, Commander? Wait, is this our wedding outfit? Like, when have we had this and I haven't noticed? Oh my god. I'm such a monster for not knowing this. But again, her original design, love it. Again, tennis outfit, love it. Kung Fu Cruiser, love it. Day off date, absolutely love it. Relaxation consultation. Of course, what's not to love, and of course, billowed counseling. But I guess this is new. You know what? We'll have her wearing this outfit. Wait, is she gonna be wearing this? Yes. Yeah, that's right. I haven't updated the voices. That's why we're not hearing them. Wait, what did you say? You're too cute and precious, Bremerton. Sorry, I know. Conversation, right? Not trying to get distracted here. But yeah. Where are we at? Don't worry, I got this. We were talking about cake. Birthdays. Jumpstart. I think we more or less wrapped up the cake portion, like I said. If no regular cake, we'll go with cheesecake. And no cheesecake, ice cream cake. And let's not forget the Jello. Jello's not mandatory, but it's appreciated too. What else? I think we more or less are kind of done with Jumpstart. Like again, we could always come back on it when I stream Jumpstart. So here's the thing. I don't mind streaming Jumpstart today either later. But that's assuming, like, again, we decide to push off the other ones. Then again, there's no rush to, like, again, stream Jumpstart. But we can wait on that. But it feels like, fatigue is starting to set in. So, let me just add this one more thing, right? One more thing. I did mention... I'm trying to think. I did mention that I might try to do an FGO stream, but we'll see, too. Because, like, again, like, right now it's feeling like... Definitely sleep and fatigue is taking over. Like, I'm starting to feel like... You probably can't see it in my face. Because my model's, like, kind of, like... Doesn't look like... Like, because there are times you can kind of tell with my eyes. Like, my model will look all closed eyes. That was on purpose right there. Just showcasing. Oh... But I'm trying to think what else. Oh, wait. I just saw that. My model kind of bounced like that. It's like, we're okay. We didn't bop our head. You did not hear anything, so therefore it didn't happen. But I saw that right there. My mind went. Okay, back on subject though, right? So, in regards to streams, like I said, we'll go briefly speed run the rest again in regards to streams. So, apart from that, like I said, there is stuff that I like. Again, there's so much stuff that I wanted to do and still want to do. Like again, there was the portion I wanted to do. What is it with a voice changer, making me sound more like again feminine for using my female model. And again, they're still in the works right there because I wanted to again portray another character that's more calm, cool, and collected. That's not to say that I can't be my current self, but the current persona that I present with Lord Valderox as a whole, like this right here, is again eagerness with a hint of, I guess you could say, persistence, and I guess you could say, just kind of that person that's sharing his experience as we go along our way. It's not to say that I can't do that, with all the other characters too, because again, there's still another character that again I think I showcased before, and I think I might have. Hold on, let's see. Let me do, because I might have mentioned them before, but I don't mind doing those. Is it at least showcasing them because? Let's see. Give me a second, right? What the? Interesting. That's interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. Hold on. I need to work on something over here. Otherwise, you guys can't see the whole thing. I mean, this could have worked too, but hold on. Let's see. Want to do? Okay, there's that. Okay, what happened here? I wonder if it's this one. Wait, why is this one working? Okay, that isn't working. That's kind of weird. That's really weird. Why aren't the files working? Okay, this is a little weird, so hold on. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. I wasn't aware that I had that. Okay, so we had to do some corrections over here. A lot of them, actually. Hold on, let's see. Okay, so that's number 5. Let's see. Hold on, I need to check something out over here. Let's see. Oh, I see. I think. There we go. I thought I was missing something. Hold on. Oh, I see. I'll show you guys in a second. Hold on. Okay, I can showcase now. Hold on. Hold on, give me a second. There we go. I'm gonna go back. Sorry. Oh! Hey there, folks. Hold on, I'm trying to imagine his voice right now, because like I said, I'm really tired. It might even be my same voice too, again. So apologies for that, because again, I'm trying to think, because I rehearsed some of these, like, who I had in mind for this again is a combination of several characters. But, and I even plan to use, what is it again? Yeah, because I can't. If I had the app running right now, I would add an echo to it to make it sound like I'm, talking inside of a helmet. At any rate, folks, this is your one and only will call myself Lord F. Pleasure to make your acquaintance once again for those of you that have seen me. And for those of you that don't know me, again, being acquainted. I'll... Again, for reasons outside of my hands, again, we haven't showcased ourselves properly. But again, make no mistake. Lord Val is working hard and he wants to showcase this character and the other character that might have been more or less shown the last time. Well, who knows, right? Some of you may be aware, some of you might be new, and that's fine. But I'm a creator in the sense that, again, I like to partake in, I say I know as in the one and the same person, because technically I am, but as far as the character-wise, roleplay-wise, Lord Val is always doing the voices, technically, if you want to be that specific, right? But we all have our individual characters as well, as do I. Representing, what is it? Passion and bravery, and I guess you could say what the heroics in one's actions. Because again, a lot of us, out there, like, are scared to, jump into things, and be faced with setbacks. I'm no exception to that too. But with, despite having those fears, we wanted to still keep trying. Same goes for stuff like this, because again, with perfect example, if I'm using myself, technically, linking back to, myself IRL wise, for the longest time, I think I mentioned this story on and off, where, like, again, I wasn't that confident in portraying different voices, and among other things. But even so, in the end, I was more or less inclined to try. And I'll keep trying one way or the other. And the fatigue's setting in right now, as you can hear with my voice. But even so, like I said, one way or the other, we'll get there. And if we had to rest for the time being, then so be it. Oh. That being said, though, let's switch back. Hold on, 1 second. What? I just noticed. Kind of went off screen there for a moment. But there you have it, folks. Like I said, little bits, pieces, steps, baby steps, one at a time. We'll get there one way or the other. Our streams, our goals, our ambitions, we'll get there all in good time. Main model, and I'm thinking the other models will get their touches as well. I'm thinking, like, again, somewhere down the line I was thinking, again, I'm thinking at the least, potentially, maybe 3 more models. We'll see though. Again, everything in good time, of course. Not me wanting to roleplay in different characters, right? At any rate, though, again, thank you for those of you who stopped by today's stream of Azur Lane, where we had, what is it? The game autoplaying, but mostly us talking over here. But again, I love to talk to, because again, kind of sharing, like, again, the passion that we still have, the desire to still continue, one way or the other. But again, for the time being, like I said, that fatigue is setting in, so don't want to push it. I feel like I might, no, we won't, like, completely crash out like that. We're still, got some energy, but need to make it through. That being said, though, as always, it's your host, Lord Valderox, with you all a good day. Oh, wait, no, I should be saying it in French, too. Merci, que le Kenobi. J'espère que vous passez... No, I want to... Vous passez une bonne journée. Aujourd'hui, passez une bonne matin, bonne nuit, bonne soirée. And I'll see you on the next stream. Au revoir. Or à demain. See you later, guys. Take care. Bye.